So this is the last day of my stay in Washington DC this time, and I'm taking a walk in the morning. In a few minutes, I'll be packing and leaving the hotel to go to the airport and go back to Tokyo. It was really interesting to be in the United States this time. I could see that the dynamic processes of democracy, socio-economic changes, and everything else are going on in this great country. And it was really wonderful to witness that. Japan has, of course, its own energy and unique culture, which I love. It's my home country. But when you come to the United States, you realize that there could be different ways to do it. And comparing my stay in Washington DC this time with the stay in New York earlier this year, I could notice some differences between these two cities. And I think that's the diversity of the United States. Washington is more probably subdued, more down to earth, business-like, politics-wise, and not so much going on probably on the streets, but still behind the scenes, of course, everything is going on in the corridors of the great powers of the government, and that is really wonderful to not witness but to imagine. So I think that's the diversity of the United States. And if you go to the rural areas, the US, probably things would be still different, with people going around in different modes of actions and thinkings and so on. So that, I think, is a great diversity of the United States and the strength of the United States. And I feel so lucky and privileged to visit this country from time to time. This time for the Society for Neuroscience meeting, but for many different reasons as well. So, I think we're living in a globalizing era, and every one of us are connected to each other. I'm just speaking about the United States this time, but there are many different countries, and some of them prospering and some of them in trouble. But we are all in this game, great game of life, and I think that's wonderful to feel and to be in. I'll be flying back to Tokyo pretty soon, and I'll be missing this very great city. But I'll start my days in Tokyo again, and we are here on this earth for a limited time, and we need to enjoy every minute of life, because it's a privilege and it's a miracle. And it's so strange. When I came to the US for the first time, when I was 15, I was on transit to Vancouver in Los Angeles airport. I can still remember vividly how I felt in the bustle of the people going around in the airport. Then I came back when I was 21, for the US-Japan Students Conference, Japan-America Students Conference, JASC. And I went around in cities like Chicago, New York, another. I could immerse myself more deeply in the culture of the United States. So I have been coming back ever since. And of course, the United States has its own problems, but I do admire what this great nation is trying to achieve. And I might be just an occasional observer of this process, but I learn something new every time I come to the United States. So this is just a reflection of what I have witnessed this time. It's just a small, tiny proportion of what I have learned and what I have come across. But it's early in the morning, and it's probably close to 8 p.m. in Japan now. Is that correct? Yeah. So time zones. What an enigma. We are on this earth, and we are living in different time zones and different life stages, and what an enigma. Anyways, I think I'll be flying back to Tokyo pretty soon. So this is the Metro Center. I bring back really wonderful memories from Washington this time. So, thank you, Washington. Thank you, the United States. Thank you, the Earth. And thank you, humanity.